Alright, y'all. Today we're gonna be doing like a little testing car thing. I never tried this before, but we finna do this today. So in front of me, I have the Tsujigiri lights beta that got off the Patreon. People been telling me about this car, or this car release, mod release. I'm not trying to call it a pack because that shit sound dumb as hell. First, I'm gonna start by just taking a look and like quality of the mod, and then we'll choose whichever one that we think looks the most delectable, and we'll take it on a few tracks. I'm gonna try the new Meihan D Course, Meihan C Course, and maybe we'll go to the Meihan E Course. Your boy's a big Kansai fan. You already knew that though. Damn, I don't know which one I want to drive first, dog. Let's do 180. Yeah, let's do it in. Damn, I can't choose too many options. I got white. Let's choose white. Let's check out the specs first. Let's see what they got going on here. So the engine in this is an SR20 DET non-VVTi. HKS 256 step, 1 cams, Tomei rocker stoppers. Oh, fuck nah. You got rocker stoppers in this shit? That shit lame as hell. Dual shim guides, BC springs, GT25 550 turbo, stock manifold on 740 injectors. Got the OEM S15 transmission, ATS LSD. Why the fuck you running ATS when you got Nismo, you got OS Gicken, you got Cusco, you got Tomei? You want to run ATS? Come on, bruh. We got GK Tech, Knuckles, SLR drift spec. I have never heard of that brand before. We got 245s up front and 265s in the rear. So I'm running OBS on this. So you're seeing the track camera. I'm running cockpit view. I remember playing with this shit as a Jitla Yang on a Fuckalatoga. Oh, they got their brand on the wheel, Grip Royal. Interior looks like a comp interior, but you know, still tried to add some CSP settings to it. This is comp spec assets, so I guess this is going to be used in a competition. It's not the most visually appealing car, but let's hope that it drives good. Yeah. All right, so for gear ratios, I don't know why it says these instead of the actual numbers, but I usually run a Z33, so CD09. Let's look at these tires. Oh, Jesus Christ, brother. How the hell am I supposed to know what to run if there's 6, 7 different options, bruh? I'm gonna run the Valino 08RS. Oh, the bumps are already okay. I like how they set everything to kind of a baseline so you could adjust it yourself. I've never seen a layout like this. I'm gonna run about 8 degrees of camber, and then the bump, I usually run it a little bit on the lower side. So we're gonna start at like the midway of the halfway point, and the rebound, you want it to be somewhere a little bit close to it, but not too far. And the bump for the rear, I like running the bump in the rear higher than the front, just make the car snap out super quick. I'm gonna run about, so it's 8 up front, so I'm gonna run about a 12. For the camber, we're gonna run it at 0, and toe, I'm gonna do 0.2. So yeah, this new D Course came out. I'm mad hype, yo. We've been waiting on D Course for like years. Like, I want to say more than like 6, 7 years, bruh. No bad. I remember it has a S15 transmission. I think sounds good. It's got a lot of, oh my god, it's responsive. Okay, this thing doing a whole lot of nada. So maybe I need to increase either the ECU mapping or to run some Less grippy tires. Let's go back to pits. Let's increase the ECU map first. Cause I went to clutch kicking, that shit said, oh hell nah, bro. The hell you doing, boy? Got a lot of turbo lag. So it's like really snappy and twitchy in drift. I'm not sure what that's looking like on the outside, but see if we can get it to drive a little bit less like that. I'm gonna first increase our bump up front. I'm gonna then increase the tire pressure up to 32 and make the rear a little bit more stiff. I'll probably pass that baseline because we have 32 of adjustment. So I'll jump it up to 20. This feels like hypersensitive up front. Still like super twitchy. I can't get it to be kind of settled. It wants to grip up a lot, but it feels like super unstable in the rear. What can I adjust? I might just change the tires, honestly. It could just be the tires. No drop back because we were on 160 tread wear, which is a lot for whatever this car's power level is. Drop down to 200 tread wear. Gonna turn up my force feedback because the wheels are pretty light. So my equipment, I'm running a VRS Direct Force Pro, the 20 Newton meter. I'm running VRS Pro pedals. I'm running a Sim-Magic shifter and a Husenfeld handbrake. But I have my force feedback at 45. Dampening, I turn my dampening down to 2. My friction to 9. Inertia and spring is at 0. I turn the friction up so on some cars, like when you're in the steering, it doesn't feel linear. It feels really light as you go towards the outside of the steering, and I just kind of want it to have a little bit of weight to it. So I'll turn up the force feedback and I'll turn up the friction. I turned up that. I want to turn up the car's force feedback in the controller. I'm going to turn the car force feedback up to like 120. This car, the way it steers, when I'm in drift and I'm steering, it it's not like a constant pull. It wants the steering to kind of return to a center a lot. Like it has a lot of caster, but it's not in the sense that it's smooth. It's kind of strong, soft, strong, soft, strong, soft. Whereas like, all right, I'm going to compare it to the garage. The garage kind of has like a linear pull back to the center, where a lot of cars, they kind of have this squishy, as soon as you're starting to make corrections of your steering, it's a soft, hard pull. And then combined with the grippiness and the twitchiness of the front, I'm gonna try just bringing the tires that I'm running down, because they're at 200 tread wear. We're gonna try the 400 tread wear and see how that feels. I'm just gonna run the tires all the way in the back. We were just running the 08Rs. We're gonna try the Valino Matsuris. Oh yeah, that's a lot less grip, and you can tell by me going straight to the top. The car response a little slower, so you kind of hear me modulating the throttle a little bit. Ooh, too much. I will say though, on the 400 mod series, it's not bad. It's not bad. Shit, it's not bad. It doesn't have as much grip. Obviously, it's 400 tread wear versus 200 tread wear. I think we just need to find a middle ground in which tires that we like the most. So I'm gonna go up or lower because that's not enough grip for me. I did notice that the steering felt a little different. It kind of got close to being more linear, which is cool. I'm gonna try and go around like 280 tread wear. I think that's gonna be, or maybe 240. I'm gonna try the Zestino's 07R. There's just too many tires to like go through all of them. Might be a good sweet spot. It's kind of my style of like throttle control. Oh, we're falling out of boost, clutch kick back into boost, throttle control. I like that style. So I do like the tires on this. I like the way this car feels. I do think that the front is a little bit too sensitive. It could be dialed back down because I'm only at like 0.2 toe out and my tire pressure is at 32. I don't know what the wheel rate is on this car. I don't know what some of the other suspension settings up front are because they're not included. But yeah, it does have a very sensitive front. That's how the 240 feels, or the 180. We're gonna try out another car. I'm gonna save the settings on this thing, so I guess when they release and we get into a lobby, we already got our settings. We don't have to mess with nothing. I think they're super calling me, bruh. Or I just might get another S chassis. And then we're gonna hop on Meihan. I'm so glad that Perma made this Meihan. If not, we would have still been dealing with the 2020 crazy bump on the straight that just tosses your car into the goddamn wall. Man, that car is smoking, boy. Oh, you done blew a head gasket. We ain't even hop on track yet. This ain't no goddamn SR. There's a Jay-Z in this thing. Let's give it another lap. If I had to describe it, right? Imagine you had a car where it kind of had old like rubber bushings that needed to be changed. So like when you're steering, there's like some play in it, or like when you're going over bumps, like it shimmies a little bit, like the car doesn't feel tight. That's what this feels like. I'm like in drift and I'm steering and there's like a lot of play. Like there is points where the car is not really doing anything, which makes it harder to be precise. So I'm going on to the main straight and I'm trying to line up the car on the right side. And the thing's just like, nah, I'm standing right here, bro. I'm not, nah, we're going onto the straight like this. I'm not doing all that. It kind of has a lot of play. So it's hard to be a little bit precise. I'm gonna try increasing the front bump a little bit and then bringing down the front tire pressure to see if we can get a little bit more reactiveness from the front, and then we'll see from there. All right. It's a little better, but still feels like it has that like play in it. I think the tires might not be, they might be a little bit overpowering for this power level. Not very balanced. I'm in first gear trying to clutch kick and it's not doing nothing. Car's a little bit of a handful. Give it one more lap. Camera view. I upshifted in a second early thinking I was going to be able to control it, and the rear just started fishtailing like crazy. It's a very difficult car to control. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna try messing with the rear rebound and bump real quick. I want to see something real quick. I want to see if this theory that I'm thinking is what the issue is. Well, I made the rear a lot slower to react. It's not what I was looking for. So yeah, it's not the dampening, it's the car. I thought that I could try and get it to be more reactive in the front so I could make it precise when I'm coming onto the straight by increasing the front bump and decreasing the rear bump. to kind of get that firm front, soft rear setup. Did not work. Just made the car a lot slower to rotate. So let's try the next car on the next track. I'll see you there. I think we're gonna try out the FC with the livery, making 503. It's not making 503. It's making 504. But you know, I wanted to make it rhyme. I'm gonna run the free layout, the non-slavery layout, free. And this time I'm gonna run the Valino 08C. Oh no. We're gonna keep running the Zestino. Yeah, because I'm looking at the grip. I'm like 500 horsepower. Yeah, we're gonna need some grip for that. Rear. I'm gonna run the rear a little bit stiff for this with the bump. With the bump in the trunk. Watch me adjust it. Watch me bust it. Watch me clutch kick. I ain't rustic. Ignore all that, okay? Yeah, this one feels mega twitchy. Big turbos on them. I have a ton of turbo lag. This is not my car, man. Struggling to drive this thing. Yeah, I don't like this car at all. I'm not gonna hold you, gang. It is not rocking with this, bro. I'm not jacking it. I think the biggest pitfall of this mod is going to be the power, the way the power is. Because if you just look at the curves already, let's look at them. Look at all the curves. Let's take a look at this. Huge, very, very huge ramping power curves. Like, it's just like nothing. Wham. All of them look like stunt jumps. This is V8. That's why it looks like that. Like, all of them have like that huge ramp to them. So they're all gonna feel like nothing, bam, lots of power. A lot of people aren't gonna be able to handle that. And then the crazy amount of tire options aren't really selling it. I feel like they should have like one or two of them. A low grip option and a high grip option, like comp and street. So people kind of only have two options to choose from. They're not getting confused on it. And then the steering is incredibly twitchy, or at least the front end response. Even trying to tune it down, it didn't really make much of a difference. The S14, the S14, the 180, and the FC, they all had that kind of a lot of a play in the steering until like you start changing directions, and then boom, the car just snaps to the other side. That's a suspension problem. We actually could check something real quick. Let's go into the data folders and let's begin and see what's going on inside this thing. Snake me if I'm wrong. The inertia don't look right. Oh, brother of Christ. Alright, well, that's the problem, bro. Well, that's one of the problems. The inertia is wrong. They made the inertia shorter than it should be. And then the weight is like 200 kilograms lighter. Thing that I kind of don't want to test anything else. I'm not gonna hold you. I kind of don't want to test anything else. We gave this collection of mods a little test. I'm not really a fan of it. I get that it's trying to replicate like a crop style, but the whole way the power comes in and then the steering, and now I'm looking at the data and the inertia, kind of weird, kind of putting me off a little bit, but that's my opinion. Let me know what y'all think down in the comments. Let me know which mod I should look at next. Nah, just send me anything. Whatever you want me to look at, I'll look at. I'll try it. I'll give it a shot. I'll look at it for you. Anyway, catch you on the next one. Peace.